That's a big one, and it's tough to do. With a lot of it is like having good parts and having good parts availability and people and having some of that infrastructure on site. But really,
The story of Parker Schnabel is one of determination, risk-taking, and an unusual childhood spent around heavy machines and piles of dirt that often hid valuable gold. Parker was born into a family deeply connected to mining, and this environment shaped his future long before he became famous. He grew up in the small town of Haines, Alaska, where life is far from easy. Winters are long and cold, and the community is small, with only a few thousand residents. In such a place, people learn to work hard from an early age because survival often depends on it. Parker's grandfather, John Schnabel, owned the Big Nugget Mine, and this became Parker's second home. While many children spent their days playing video games or riding bicycles, Parker spent his time learning about machinery, dirt, and the value hidden beneath the ground. By the time he was just 5 years old, he had already started operating small pieces of mining equipment under careful supervision. His grandfather believed in learning by doing, so Parker was often given real responsibilities. Instead of toy trucks, he sat inside loaders and excavators, watching how experienced miners worked and slowly understanding the complicated process of finding gold. These early experiences taught him more than just technical skills. They also built discipline, patience, and confidence. Working at a real mine meant long hours and constant challenges, but Parker enjoyed it. Over time, he developed a deep respect for mining and for the people who dedicate their lives to it. This strong foundation would later help him make bold decisions that shocked many people. While other teenagers were thinking about school sports or weekend parties, Parker was already planning how to run a successful mining operation. The lessons he learned from his grandfather and the tough Alaskan environment prepared him for a future that would bring both huge rewards and enormous risks. The life of Parker Schnabel changed dramatically when he became part of the popular television series Gold Rush. The show focuses on different mining teams searching for gold in the rough landscapes of Alaska and the Yukon. When Parker first appeared on the show, he was only a teenager, and many viewers were surprised to see someone so young taking on such serious responsibilities. At the beginning, some producers and audience members were unsure whether he could handle the pressure of leading a crew and making expensive decisions. Mining is not a simple job. A single mistake can cost thousands of dollars, and sometimes even more. Despite these doubts, Parker quickly proved that he was not just a young face on television. He understood the equipment, the land, and the strategies needed to find gold. Cameras often showed him carefully studying the ground, planning where to dig next, and working long hours alongside his crew. His natural leadership skills slowly became clear to viewers. Over time, he gained respect not only from fans, but also from experienced miners who recognized his ability. As the show became more popular, Parker's role grew bigger each season. His operations expanded, and the amount of gold he mined continued to increase. Eventually, he became one of the most recognizable figures on the show. Reports suggested that he began earning large amounts of money from the series, with payments reaching tens of thousands of dollars per episode. However, Parker often explained in interviews that television fame was not his main focus. For him, the real goal was always mining success. Even while appearing on camera, he continued to invest most of his earnings back into his mining operations. This decision allowed him to grow his business faster than many people expected. By his early 20s, Parker was no longer just a television personality. He had become a serious businessman in the competitive world of gold mining. One of the most important moments in the career of Parker Schnabel came when he decided to invest heavily in his own mining operations instead of following a more traditional path in life. Many young people his age choose to attend college or begin entry-level jobs while slowly building their careers. Parker took a very different approach. He decided to use the money that had been saved for his college education to expand his mining business. This decision surprised many people, including some friends and family members. Mining is an extremely risky industry. Equipment is expensive, and there is never a guarantee that the ground will contain enough gold to make a profit. Despite these risks, Parker believed strongly in his abilities and in the knowledge he had gained from years of experience. Over time, this confidence helped him achieve impressive results. His crew began producing larger amounts of gold each season, and the value of that gold quickly reached millions of dollars. One of his most talked about business moves was purchasing a valuable mining property known as Dominion Creek. The deal reportedly cost around $15 million, making it one of the biggest investments of his career. Such a purchase carried enormous pressure. To recover the money spent, Parker would need to mine thousands of ounces of gold each season for several years. Early challenges made the situation even more stressful, as equipment problems and harsh weather slowed production. Instead of giving up, Parker adjusted his strategy, upgraded machinery, and continued pushing forward. His willingness to take risks has become one of the defining features of his career. Some people see him as bold and visionary, while others believe his decisions are sometimes too aggressive. Regardless of these opinions, there is no doubt that Parker's determination has allowed him to build one of the most successful mining operations featured on television. Success in the mining industry often brings competition, and the journey of Parker Schnabel has included several well-known rivalries. One of the most notable conflicts involved fellow miner Tony Beets, who is also a prominent figure on Gold Rush. Tony is known for his strong personality and decades of experience in the gold mining business. Early in Parker's independent career, he leased mining land from Tony in the Klondike region. While the agreement allowed Parker to start his own operation, it also required him to pay royalties based on the amount of gold he mined. As Parker's success grew, these royalty payments became larger and more complicated, eventually leading to disagreements between the two miners. Their arguments sometimes played out on television, giving viewers a glimpse of the intense pressure that comes with large mining operations. Another well-known rivalry developed between Parker and Todd Hoffman, another team leader from the show. The tension between their crews occasionally became heated, with both sides defending their own methods and decisions. These conflicts added drama to the series and attracted more viewers, but they also reflected the real challenges of working in such a competitive industry. Mining teams often operate under tight deadlines because the season is short and weather conditions can change quickly. When large amounts of money are at stake, disagreements are almost inevitable. Despite these rivalries, Parker has continued focusing on improving his operations and achieving better results each season. Many industry observers believe that these challenges helped him grow as a leader. Learning to manage conflict, negotiate deals, and motivate a team are all essential skills in large mining projects. Over time, Parker developed a reputation for being direct, hardworking, and highly focused on success. While most people know Parker Schnabel for his work in mining, his personal life has also attracted attention from fans of Gold Rush. Because the show follows the daily activities of miners, viewers often become curious about what happens outside the workplace. One of Parker's most talked about relationships was with Ashley Yule, whom he met while traveling in Australia. Their relationship lasted for about 2 years, and Ashley even joined him in the Klondike during one mining season. She worked with the crew and became a familiar face to viewers of the show. However, despite their shared experiences, the relationship eventually ended. Parker later admitted that his intense focus on work made it difficult to maintain a balanced personal life. Mining seasons are long and demanding, often requiring months of non-stop work in remote locations. These conditions can make relationships challenging. After the breakup, rumors about Parker's personal life continued to appear online, especially when he worked alongside other miners and